This is Cumberland County in South Kentucky, deep in the American countryside, far from the sprawl of urban life. A place where alcohol is neither sold nor consumed and the Bible reigns supreme. In a village of 1,800 people, there are 40 churches. It is a pious, closed community, yet weapons are a part of everyday life here, for protection and for hunting. Exposed from childhood, it is not unusual here to own your first gun in kindergarten.
How many people own guns in this village?
More probably do than don't, I'd say.
Yeah? What do you think, Siller?
Yeah. I'd say 99% of the people around here own guns.
About everybody in the county.
It's part of the way of life here.
Yeah.
Everybody hunts around here. Ain't much else to do but hunt and fish.
I would say, a very high majority of the country people, own guns.
My grandson started hunting when he was probably 3 or 4 years old, so he's just, and I got one that hunts and one that fishes,
So when you go to kindergarten, you get your first gun?
I guess that's what they want.
The family of a southern Kentucky 2-year-old girl shot and killed in her home says it was all an accident.
Ein 5-jähriger Junge hat im US-Bundesstaat Kentucky seine 3 Jahre jüngere Schwester erschossen.
He'd received the rifle specially made for children as a gift last year.
Cumberland County hit the front pages of news worldwide in May, when 5-year-old Christian Sparks shot his 2-year-old sister dead with a gun he received as a gift for his 5th birthday. A real gun with real bullets that manufacturers openly advertise for children as my first rifle.
Hey, where's he going? Shoot my new cricket rifle. I wish I had one.
The Cricket is the perfect way to get younger small-frame shooters started right, with a safety-promoting design. It's soft shooting, affordable, and accurate.
While their mother was in the kitchen, Christian picked up his gun, and unaware that it was still loaded, he accidentally shot his sister in the chest. Caroline Sparks was rushed to hospital, but tragically she died soon after.
I could hardly understand my daughter because she was so excited and crying and hysterical and said that, Zizi had been shot. And my heart just sank. Then as soon as I got in the car, I got in the back seat and I couldn't breathe. I guess it was anxiety, and I was so scared that, she was gone that I didn't know what to do. I remember I rolled the window down to try to breathe because I could hardly take a breath. We went to the hospital, and I just walked up to the nurse's window and I said I was her grandmother. Could I please go back and see her? And usually they don't let you do things like that, but they let me. And so I went back there, and she was already, in a coma to help with the brain swelling, and so. But she looked perfect. I held her hand and talked to her, but of course she couldn't hear me. But
This is the grandmother of another child, Azaria Gobatz. Both families live in the same area. Azaria was shot in the forehead, also by another child.
What did the doctor tell you at that moment?
that she was in critical condition, that she may not make it, that the bullet was lodged and she had a lot of brain swelling, and that they didn't know. Most likely it would not be good, and to prepare myself. And
Louisville, Kentucky is the closest major city to Cumberland County. This is where Caroline Sparks' ambulance was heading when she passed away.
There's the emergency room entrance, and then of course all the ambulances come down this way, and they will stop right at the door, so close to our trauma rooms.
Terese is a board member of the Cosair Children's Hospital in Louisville. Every day, the hospital is confronted with the downside of mass gun possession in the state of Kentucky.
How many children a year come into U.S. hospitals with shotguns?
Every single year in the United States, 15,000 children come into hospitals with gunshot wounds. Yes, 15,000 children.
And with the adults?
In the United States, with adults, it's 32,000 people are killed with a gun every single year in the United States.
They're amazing amounts.
Incredible, and all preventable.
What kind of shot wounds do you get in this hospital?
Because we are a level 1 trauma center, we get the most critical gunshot wounds of all gunshot wounds that happen in the state of Kentucky. When we talk about this picture of a child's thumb, this picture was shot in the middle of the thumb area. All the tendons are avulsed within the hand area. The thumb itself sits away from the thumb bone. So in order to reattach this and make the wound clean again, this child would have to be pinned with metal pins if the child's thumb could even be saved at that point in time.
And you work with this on a weekly basis?
We work with this on a daily basis,
In this hospital, Terese and her colleagues witnessed the dark side to the massive possession of weapons in their state. Terese is extremely critical of the ease with which weapons are dealt with here. She's angry that manufacturers use children as a target audience.
They're still learning how to tell time. They're still learning how to cut with scissors. It's more than strange. But when they market guns to children, they make them in pastel blue and pretty Barbie pink, just like Barbie dolls. They make them with swirls. And then they call them cute little names like crickets and chipmunks, just as though if you owned a gun, you would belong to a Disney club.
This is the Wood family. For them, shooting is an activity for the whole family, including the younger children.
When I was 6, I went hunting with a gun, so I shot, but I missed the deer, so it was like the first shot I've ever shot with a real gun.
You know, this in Holland would be like very illegal what we're doing now.
Well, in Kentucky, in the United States, it's just part of the way we operate.
This is the local shooting range.
Are you sure you trust me with this gun?
I trust you.
Okay. Let's give it a go then.
The free possession of arms is enshrined in the US Constitution and is inseparable from countryside life here.
Hi there, I'm looking for Mr. Sherwood Davies.
My name's Sherwood Davies.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, sir.
Cornelius van Groezen from the Netherlands.
From where?
The Netherlands.
The Netherlands.
Yeah. You have lots of guns.
We do have lots of guns.
How many do you have here?
Typically in stock, we've got somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000.
Wow.
It goes up and down, but 1,500 is a small number for us.
And how many do you sell a year?
Oh gosh, I'd have to look at the numbers, but you're probably looking at 7,000 to 8,000. See, like that one right there, that's definitely pointed towards a lady. A lady would buy that firearm, and that would be her AR-15, where her husband might own that one right there or something.
That pink one over there, that in plastic, is like a real gun?
Oh, most definitely. Yes, sir.
Wow. It looks like a toy gun, you know, when it's there in the plastic, but it's a real gun.
Well, that is just the furniture, meaning those are just the accessories that you put on a plain black gun like that to make it, to doll it up like that.
And how much is a gun like that, the pink one?
Dressed up like that one is, I haven't looked at the price tag yet, it's probably about $1,400.
$1,400.
With a scope. There's another pink gun, that's for the ladies. But we carry a huge stock of handguns. Everything you can think of, from target guns to little bitty ankle guns, self-defense guns, target guns.
You know, we don't have this in the Netherlands. It's like we don't have weapon stores, so for us this is like...
Really?
Yes.
What do y'all do to protect yourselves?
Oh, not with guns.
Sherwood Davies has weapons of all shapes and sizes, from handguns to semi-automatics, and of course guns made especially for children.
We do. Sometimes they'll have a shorter stock to make it easier for their length of pull because their arms are shorter. Most of the time they'll be lighter because they can't hold up as much. Here's a very good example of one of the,
you even have them in colors, like in pink or in...
Of course, pink for the young girls, camo for the future hunter.
This children's gun is marketed as My First Rifle. It is the same gun that killed Caroline Sparks, yet the state of Kentucky support the sale of it.
I could lay this gun right here, loaded, and I could come back in 10 years, and I'll guarantee you, if nobody picks up that gun, it will have not hurt anybody. The gun is simply a tool or a toy.
So you say guns don't kill people?
Guns do not kill people. People kill people.
But 5-year-olds also don't kill people.
But they get killed with skateboards. Are you going to outlaw skateboards? Are you going to confiscate pogo sticks? Everything requires supervision.
Yeah.
So Jamie, you cooking up the grill already?
Yeah, I hope y'all are hungry.
Good to see that. How you doing?
Doing good.
Yeah, how are the boys doing?
They're being boys.
The Woods are a typical Kentucky family. Father Jamie is a farmer. He has 800 dairy cows that are milked 24 hours a day. The Woods are hard workers. They love good food, especially meat. And there is something else they love too.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, you good? I hear you shooting guns.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you also keep the gun in the house?
Yes.
Yes? Could I see them?
Yes. We keep them in the gun cabinet. These are muzzle loaders.
Yeah.
And this one's a 22. And then 2 shotguns. 3 shotguns. Well, yeah, this one's a shotgun too.
And where do you keep the ammunition? Also here?
We have some down there that's like for turkey hunting.
Okay.
These are turkey load shells.
Okay.
So, and we have different chokes that goes in the barrels.
But guys, aren't you afraid, like guns in your house? Does it frighten you?
No, it makes me feel safer.
Yeah, it makes you feel safer? And why is
if
that?
someone's breaking in, well, there's a gun here to protect you.
Do you trust your children with those weapons?
Yeah, I mean, it's not, hey, here's a gun, go out and do it. It's a time, over time, they have to earn my trust to do those things. Like the key that they know where it's at today. When they were smaller, no, that key was put up. That key's where they didn't know where it was. It was either on my keychain in my truck, and they couldn't get in that gun cabinet.
That's cheesy potatoes.
Cheesy potatoes, okay.
And then I have no clue what that is.
That's zucchini, brown.
No, that's squash.
After dinner, the children go outside to practice their favorite hobby in their backyard.
Dad, eyes.
Aren't you guys too young to own a gun?
No. No.
Why not?
Because I don't know. We know how to operate them.
You know how to operate them?
Yeah, take care of them.
Are you not afraid that something happens with the gun, an accident or something?
No.
Well, the image you have, it's not right. I think you honestly do need the positive side every now and then. Because,
And what is the positive side?
The positive side is they learn. This teaches them. I'm not saying that they're going to be better than anybody else's children when they grow up, but it teaches them a lot of responsibility.
You know what gun rights advocates will say. You're using this tragic death of Caroline Sparks to get your own message across.
I hope they do say that, because it is my message, but it is also the message of the American Academy of Pediatrics. The American Academy of Pediatricians in the United States in 2012 set a policy statement stating that the only safe home in the United States is a home without a gun. And I stand behind that belief.
Just around the corner from where Caroline Sparks was shot dead is one of the largest shooting grounds in the United States. At 8,000 hectares, this shooting ground is larger than 11,000 football pitches.
So this is what we call the point, And I'll give you some perspective. The most of our property is all north of us and west.
This is Nick Noble, owner of Rock Castle Shooting Range. Despite the tragic incidents in the neighborhood, he still sees shooting as innocent fun.
I call it golf with a shotgun. So you're going from hole to hole or station to station and scoring and going to the end.
It's a day out.
Yeah, it's a day out.
And the shooting club, equipped with a restaurant and hotel, is a family destination. Because of the vast size of Rock Castle, visitors travel by car between the 50 shooting stations. This particular station is a recreation of a cowboy village.
So this is where the action happens.
This is it. This is one of our mini ranges, but thought it'd be a good place for us to come down and maybe test out a few different types of firearms. And
okay.
Nick Noble wants to prove that shooting doesn't have to be dangerous.
First of all, we always keep guns pointed in the safe direction, even when it's unloaded. We assume that every firearm is loaded until we can prove otherwise. When you're handling a firearm, you never have that finger on it. So if you're even taking a picture,
our finger should always be like
parallel with it. And then the only time we'll ever put our finger on the trigger is when we're actually engaged in the target and ready to shoot. And then I'll actually put my finger on the trigger.
Okay.
But anytime I pick this up, finger's off the trigger. Okay.
Did I hit anything?
Yes, you hit every time.
Yeah, I can understand why children find this cool. It gives you a thrill.
A bit of adrenaline.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
Is it wise to learn a kid how to shoot when such a tragic accident happens around the corner here?
There's between 200 and 300 million guns in the United States. So you can act like they're not here and keep kids away from them. And I think that's when I believe, this is my personal opinion, that when kids become curious about what they don't know is when the accident's happening. It's no different than putting a 16-year-old child in a vehicle with no training on an interstate.
This is how you feel with guns?
Yeah, you have to train.
Well, I thought, you know, if she even lived, that she would be brain damaged and maybe she couldn't even see because, you know, your eye is right there. And I just was so worried that she would never be normal again or in a coma forever or a vegetable.
For Azaria's grandmother, children and weapons should never be combined. Her granddaughter was in a coma for 2 weeks with a bullet lodged in her brain. It's a miracle Azaria survived. The bullet's still in her head. It's too difficult to remove it. But other than that, she leads the normal life of any 7-year-old.
Truly, truly a miracle.
What are the chances that a girl survives something like that?
Well, 1 in a million, and the neuro doctors say that, you know, they've never seen anything like this before. So they call her the miracle baby.
He saw it was a fake gun and then he tried it out on me and it was a real gun.
And he hit you. What did he hit you with the bullet?
Right here.
So the bullet got in your head?
Yes.
And what did the doctor say? You were lucky a little bit.
I'm a miracle.
They called you the miracle girl.
Because of the accident, Azaria's parents lost their rights to parental care. Her grandmother now has full custody. Together, they visit the hospital where Azaria was treated.
Hi. You look great.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Oh wow. I can't believe you look so different. That healed up really nice. You can't even hardly tell it was there. It looks just like a little scrape now. Right there. It looks great.
She puts sunscreen on every day to keep it from the sky.
Oh, that's fantastic. They've taught you well. You can't even tell. I've done this for 30 years, and there are children that you always remember. They just stick in your head. And I have my special ones. And she's one of the special ones. You remember.
And seeing her now?
Oh, she's fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. This is the recovery that you always hope for.
A small miracle.
A small miracle, definitely. So glad you're doing so good. It makes me know that what I'm here for is worthwhile.
There you go.
It makes me know that what I do is good.
The figures are truly shocking. More than 15,000 children each year are brought to hospitals across America with gunshot wounds. And 8 children die every day because of the consequences.
Hi Mr. Hill, it's Koen van Groezen again from Dutch Public Television. I left a couple of messages, I think 6 or 7.
Attempts to speak with someone from the gun lobby aren't successful. The Secretary admits that due to the death of Caroline Sparks, this is not a popular topic of conversation for the arms manufacturers. Caroline Sparks is buried here on the outskirts of Cumberland County. She, her brother and mother would regularly visit the gas station nearby, which also serves as a convenience store.
I've known her ever since, she's been born. I've saw her just about on the average of, like I say, once or twice a week, ever since she's been a baby. Her mom said I could be her second grandmother.
So you were the second grandmother. So you must be hurt when you heard the news.
Yes, I'm really hurt about it. I'm really hurt about it.
And so, this small village is now a symbol for the gun debate throughout the United States. President Obama wants stricter gun control, but is met with a resistance from the countryside, even in the village of Caroline Sparks.
For taking the rights, I don't think they should ever do that.
So even after the tragedy?
Even after the tragedy, I don't.
You still believe in owning guns, even
right.
for children?
Yeah. Need something to protect yourself.
So you say this gun for 5, 6, 7-year-olds is a safe gun. You will even your own
with supervision.
Your own grandchildren, you would give the gun
many
to shoot.
times.
Yeah.
Got many pictures with them with me. One day, I hope that they'll look back at these pictures and remember me and think good things.
With Alex and TJ owning and shooting guns from the young ages of 12 and 7, the Woods will continue to consider shooting a family activity. Rather than spending Saturdays playing football, they go to the shooting range.
Oh.
Why do you like shooting so much?
Like, it helps relieve stress.
Shooting helps to relieve stress.
Yeah, well, it depends how bad of a day I've had.
And aren't you afraid something happens? 8 children every day in the US die because of shot wounds. Aren't you afraid it happens to you? Why not?
Because it wouldn't be me to shoot myself. It'd be someone else. And
someone else who isn't trained, or?
Yes.
When you think it's innocent, with kids involved, you think there's not a bullet in there, you think it's just playing, you think everything's safe, but it's not. Guns are never safe. And because of that, there's a family that's very sad and will always miss their daughter. And I'm very blessed that we have Zizi with us.
I think some kids, where they're never taught the difference between a play gun and a real gun, I think that's where some of the accidents come into play. I mean, you were talking about the incident in Cumberland County. How do you know that child wasn't thinking that that gun was just a play gun?
If you look at this infant, above this infant's right ear is a gunshot wound close to the head in the temple area. Unfortunately, this is one of the children that did not make it. We were unable to revive this child.
This is the gun debate through the eyes of children.
This is the gun debate through the eyes of children. This is the gun debate through the eyes of Caroline Sparks. If we can't do it for our children and for our future, what can we do as a country to save our future?